Hey everyone, welcome back. Last time we kicked off our series Cost of Inexperience. What happens when electrical companies grow fast, but they don't have financial system to support that? Today we are going into our first breakdown topic, how company losing money before a job starts and after it's running. Let's talk about pricing and job costing, two places where profit quietly disappears. I can see this story over and over again. The time looks, the estimate looks fine, the job is busy, but something feels off and the money just isn't there at the end. And the worst part, you don't always know where it went. So, where does the profit really go? Most electrical businesses put all their energy into winning the job. That's the focus. Land the contract, get the crews moving. But here's the reality. You can lose money in two critical places. First, at the pricing table, before you even started. Second, in the execution, while the job is actually running. If you don't get both of those right, you are always playing catch up. It's not just about how many jobs you win, it's about how you price them and how you track them once they're in motion. Pricing is a sneaky one. It can feel like you are doing everything right. Checking what similar jobs cost, looking at past projects, maybe even matching the competition, just to make sure you win the bid. But here's the catch. When you are pricing based on guesswork, you're forgetting to factor in labor loss, true overhead, and cost escalation. And that leaves zero margin for errors. Let me give you a real story from my practice. I had a client who priced every job like nothing would go wrong. No overhead, no material waste, no unexpected delays. The goal was just to win the work, but every project had surprises. Something always came up. And when the final numbers rolled in, that 15 or 25 margin they thought they had, it had dropped to sometimes 8%, sometimes even lower. When you win jobs like that, it's a slow bleed. You stay busy, but you are barely breaking even. Even even if you price a job perfectly, you can still lose money if you are not tracking costs in real time. And that's where a lot of businesses sleep. Most wait until the job is over to check the numbers. But by then, it's too late to do anything about it. Real story. I worked with a company that had no consistent system for tracking costs as they happened. Materials were bought everywhere on credit cards, through vendors, at last minute, at local suppliers. Some receipts never made it until weeks later. When they closed the job, their books showed a solid 20-22% margin, but once all the missing costs were finally entered, that margin dropped by 7%. It was a harsh wake up call. And it happens more often than people think. So, how do you know if this is happening in your business? The truth is, it's not always obvious at first. You're busy, the crews are out, the jobs are moving, but under the surface, cracks are already forming. Here are some of the signs I watch for. Your field team has no visibility into budgets or targets. Your bookkeeper isn't taking jobs caused by job or phase. You don't see margins until the job is finished. The same problems keep popping up, job after job. If you are seeing even one of these, it's not just bad luck, it's a pattern, and it's costing you money every single time. So, how do we fix this? It takes strategy on both sides of the job, before it starts and while it's running. Here, what we help our clients to put in place. On the pricing side, start with real historical job cost data. No guessing, no competitor rates, built in labor cost, escalation, change orders, and true overhead. Forecast your margins before the bid goes out so you know exactly what you are working into. Then, when the job is underway, get weekly margin snapshots so you can catch the problems early. Tag every cost by phase, by crew, even by location, so nothing slips through the cracks. And give project managers simple dashboards so they can make a real-time adjustment. This is where your profit lives. And when you have control here, you stop hoping for a good outcome and start creating it. And here's the big takeaway I want you to remember. Profit isn't something you check after the fact. It's something you plan for and protect from the very beginning, all the way through to the last invoice. When pricing is emotional and job costing is reactive, you are setting yourself up to lose, even if the job looks great on paper. But when both are strategic and connected, that's when your business starts to feel different, solid, predictable, and profitable. You're not chasing payments anymore, and you are running a system that works. So if that's resonate with you, book your pricing or cost strategy and drop your question in the comment. I always reply to them. And for the next week, we're going to continue the series, The Cost of an Experience, and we are going to dive into cash flow traps and why even profitable companies run out of cash. So stay tuned and talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Bye.